Well, hello, everyone.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
Doing good, I hope. It's been rainy like crazy here.
It's been storming pretty bad here.
Yeah, it did that too, man. We had like flooding and all. Crazy.
We ain't really had no flooding, but it's been a lot of rain.
Can't even go out and beekeep for the rain. Oh, man. But, hey. If they could see that, I don't know. If they could see the fine detail. Laser. Actually, you can see I lasered it a few times.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. That's it. And trying to figure it out. Your mic, Lee.
I know, that's what I was trying to figure out there.
You got the wrong mic going?
Because
you can hear the background. Yeah.
Yeah, probably so. Yep.
Now it's better.
How's that sound?
Much better, much better. LaGrange made 5-gallon batch of mead. That took like 15 pounds of honey, right?
Yeah, about 3 pounds per gallon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been raining here like crazy too. But matter of fact, the 10-day forecast, I think it shows tomorrow as partly cloudy, but it'll be raining. Well, no, Wednesday says partly cloudy. So out of the next 10 days, we got 2 days that aren't thunderstorms. So I guess tomorrow I'll have to get out there and see if there's anything I can pull off these colonies. I did walk out there and it looked like they were pulling drone brood out and throwing it away. So
not enough nectar coming in.
Nope.
Yeah, we had one little slack in the rain today, so I run out there just to look at the hive, see if I've seen any activity, and I seen something else I didn't want again. Undoubtedly, that swarm that come out the other day come out of my number 2 box.
Right.
And they were a little weak and got overtaken. Slime
really?
Out. Got a slime
Did they?
out. Yep.
Have you been putting peppermints in them, Lee, or are they still sitting in your room there?
Nah, they're still sitting by my feet down here.
They don't do any good right there.
Well, like I said, it was the only 2 weak ones that I had, and the reason it was weak because they swarmed out.
Right.
But yeah, it was dripping out the front. So that looked like a job from a pressure washer.
Or your chickens.
Yeah, I could throw it in with them. I'm sure they'd enjoy it.
Eat all the beetles. That'll be good. So Lee, what is this second camera setup you got going on here?
I was just playing around. Everybody seen the other night, they keep asking, "Oh, what kind of setup you got? This and that. I mean, how many monitors you running?" So I just threw an extra little view in here.
There's NASA's production. Live from the Hive Studios. Man, that's crazy. Hey, Code 3, good to see you. Fermana, good to see you. LaGrange, Earl, Phil, and the other Phil. Both Phils are here tonight. And we got plenty of people. Dennis, good to see you.
Yeah, quite a few tonight. Thinking about Texas there, I seen Code 3 saying Central Texas. I talked to our buddy Rich earlier.
I talked to Rich yesterday for a minute.
He's having a rough day today. AC's messed up. Water heater went leaking. So he's got a lot of work ahead of him.
Well, it rained so hard, the flanges that are around the vent pipes that come out of the top of your house for like the bathroom vents, both of them were leaking. So I had water dripping in my bathroom. So now I got to go up and figure that out. I guess put some of that, what do you call it? It's like tar paste or something you can put underneath them to glue them down.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it. Believe it or not, what I found is pretty good is the spray on, what's that
like
stuff?
Undercoating?
No, that stuff they advertise you spray on a screen door in the bottom of a boat and then throw it in the lake.
Flex Seal?
Flex Seal. I found the clear and I put it around my fireplace at the top. I had a little leak coming into the fireplace. Put that on there. Ain't had a problem since then.
Maybe that'd be a cheap way to do it. Just climb up on the roof with some cans of Flex Seal.
It's one big can. I think it was like $14, but it covered all the way around my fireplace, my chimney coming up.
The Flex Seal tape, just slap it on there. Pow! Oh, hey, James, I didn't see Hi from Michigan pop up. Sorry.
Actually, speaking of that,
you have some the Flex Seal tape?
This is actually the Gorilla tape, but it's the same thing as the Flex Seal. But I used to spray around the chimney.
Just smack it on. Hey. Yeah, it's been crazy rain today. We haven't had any earthquakes in the last day or so, but that's been good. But we have had rain, lots of rain.
Hey, Earl, I ain't exactly the complete recipe.
Hey,
I
Jeff.
haven't done it yet, but it's usually about 3 pounds of honey to 1 gallon of water. Or basically, you put 3 pounds of honey in and then finish filling the gallon full of water. But you got to add yeast. What kind? I'm not 100% sure.
Brewer's yeast.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they have different kind. You got some that's for regular beer. You got wine. You got champagne. I'd have to get with my buddy Ty Kent.
Well, this is the No Life Beekeeper chat tonight. We didn't really have an agenda. Lee was just like, hey, you want to go live? Sure, we'll go live. We'll hang with the buddies tonight, see what's going on. Hopefully,
That's what I put in the description. I said, we ain't got nothing better to do tonight. Let's talk bees.
Hey, Randy, good to see you. Man, last night was a night full of live streams. We had the Hillbilly Hives live and the stream team on Thursday night. It was action-packed beekeeping chat. So we've been going ever since, man. Just been doing it. Today I've been practicing on my Navy tumbler over and over again to get the settings right, but it's working out pretty good, man. Had some people ask me about laser etched canvases of their ships in some of my Facebook groups. So starting to take off a little bit. You made 10 splits today, Randy? Wow. Right now, I'm just trying to get mine strong enough because I've got 18 or 20 two-frame mating nukes outside right now that I'm trying to get strong enough, packed full of bees, so I can move them to like a 5-framer.
Mm-hmm.
And I did go 2/2 on one of them yesterday. So they're building up and, just doing it.
Yeah, thinking about the queen stuff, with all the work and the weather and being out of town doing this and that, I hadn't got to mess with the NICOT system or anything yet. I was watching LaGrange's premiere earlier.
I see him doing it big on the queens.
Yeah, our buddy Fred Flintstone come in there. Nah, old Brad. He come in and said, "Look like I'm gonna have to buy queens this year." And I think he's about right. It's getting a little late to start making them myself.
Yeah, I talked to Matt from Matt and Sarah the other day, and he said he had squished a queen, and he was going to let him try to make a queen. And I said, just because of our Tuesday night chat, I said, when does it start getting cold up there? Because you're looking at 28 days or so before you got, eggs. And then it's 3 weeks after, or, cap brood. And then you're looking at 3 weeks after that. So you're looking at September to October. It's going to be cold. So he said, well, I got a nuke. Do you think I should just merge the nuke? I said, well, no, I'd probably let it go and see if they make a queen. And if they do, good for you. If they don't come back, then you can merge your nuke that you have with them and help them out. Earl, type it in all caps.
Yeah, I was trying to see what he was saying there.
I've got code 3 says, wait a minute, I missed that. If you mass tape around your cylinders or muds, you can keep the logos level. No, I've got a leveler, bro. I got a little leveling tool. So I'll show you that. Hold on. It's right here. So I've got
speaking of hillbilly, here he is here.
Yeah, so I've got a.
You should have used it on that mug you've been showing us.
No, it has nothing to do with the level.
You should have used it on that mug.
You got to mute your YouTube, bro. No, it has. All right, so I've got a level and a leveler, right?
I know. I was just aggravating you, dude, about the cup.
Well, the reason the cup is tapered, so even if it's the dimensions.
Okay, turn
correct,
it around. Keep turning it. Keep turning it. Keep turning it. See, they're up and down inside. You didn't get them all level. Is what I was wondering. Or did you even think of that? You was just burning, didn't care, did you?
No, I got it level, but what it is it's supposed to be a circle, but because it's tapered at the bottom when it's traveling.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. Your logo is perfect. It's the multiple logos that are unlevel.
Oh no, I did that on purpose. I was just moving
That's
around.
What I was saying.
Yeah, I was just moving.
I was wondering, was you just goofing off or was you trying? That's what I was getting to.
Yeah, so
the logo is perfect.
I did this big one, and then I could.
Bob takes everything to heart, goes a million miles the wrong way, and comes at you from the side, flanking you.
I did the big one, but you see how it's tall, and this was actually the same size. The dimensions of the logo were the same size, but it looks narrower in the middle. It's because
I like it.
The taper of the glass. What I'm going to do,
Bob, I'm going to go down to my buddies and try to secure a few beautiful pieces of wood. Nice. And I'm going to come back home and I'm going to cut them out and I'm going to router them out and everything for you, just like those you've been showing me. And I'm going to, I guess, stack them up and wait till I see you, because mailing wood would be pretty expensive to mail the amount that I would want to mail you. But we need to get together, or you need to ride up here and we could go down there, man. And I could actually get you set up with my buddy who sells wood to Gibson, and he the plaque size wood you're wanting, he's throwing away. My point being, he could be sending it to you for near nothing. Any money at all that he makes on sending you the plaque wood would be pocket money for him. You know what I'm saying? Out shipping is the only thing. So if you could ship in quantity, if he shipped you a pallet at a time of X amount of stuff, then, we could route, or nothing else, he could get it to me. I could router it all out, and then me and you could drive it to one another and get it to you so that you could use it. And I'm not interested in making no money off of it. I'm just trying to help you out if I could. Well, so any plaques I send you are free and all. And if I can get some more when I go down there, I'm going to keep getting them and stacking them back for you.
I sent a plaque this size and a
okay, hang on. Just hang. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
I sent a plaque this size and a one of those 8x12 canvases and a bottle of honey. to Johnny Walker, and it costs $12.50 to sell sent through the postal service. So
Yeah, that ain't too bad.
no, it's not.
Considering.
It ain't too bad. And and if I got the the boxes that they get the one price to send, whatever, the one price box or whatever they call it.
Oh, the flat rate.
The flat rate box, yeah, it was like $16.50. So let me see.
I'm trying to get in contact with somebody right now. Let me pull this up.
Ty,
See if they still got this, but I hadn't heard anything back.
oh, nice.
Got the sliding doors. Try to use it as another honey warming cabinet.
Big honey warmer, that'd be nice. The right now, I mean, I can't even really sell honey because you guys know how I do it. I just back my truck down there, but I can't do it in the rain. Mess all my labels up and all that. I'm not trying to do that. So,
yeah, I won't be selling no honey tomorrow.
Hey, Lisa.
Or they shut the farmers market down with all the rain we've got.
And yeah, I saw the wreck of the bee truck that flipped over with all the hives on it.
I didn't see that one, which I don't watch TV.
No, I saw it on a social media post. It was photos of it, but it was not very good. I have not used the BMAX boxes.
Mm-mm.
But that's kind of the BMAX box, isn't that like Apamate kind of? Isn't that the one that Rick calls the ice cream hive? I'm doing good. Hope you are. Just getting ready for a rainy 4th of July weekend.
Polyurethane hive or the polystyrene hive?
I don't know. He called it. He just said it was called the BMAX polyurethane boxes. So it might be let me see. Well, we'll just search BMAX.
I did, and it come up polystyrene.
Oh, so it's like the styrofoam one?
That's what I'm thinking, unless they have another one that just ain't popping up yet.
Is that the one that Brian uses? His poly hive? Is that a BMAX hive?
I don't know if it's BMAX, but I know it's the polystyrene.
And but it's kind of like anything. I wouldn't mind you trying one out, but I don't have anybody like just sending me free stuff. I wish I did.
Don't we all?
Free stuff would be good to review and all that. I wish I did have that, but I don't. Even giveaways, I mean, they're not giving me anything. They're just giving it to you guys. So it's just the way it is. It's business. But they were saying when I was in there, their business is down this year. I said, well, I don't know how it could be down. I spent like 3 times as much as I've ever spent with you guys.
Jeff, believe it or not, I'm using just like the chicken warming light for a chicken brooder. It's got the metal background with the red light in it, and I got it on a thermosensor. That way it kicks on and off at a certain temperature.
Now, something that big, would you have to use 2 lamps?
I think it would still do it with one possibly, but I would probably put 2 in it. That way it don't kick on and off so fast. It would kick on, heat up, and then knock back off.
Right. I wonder how long it would stay warm in there.
Mine right now, I got it just in an upright freezer, and it usually probably kicks on every hour or so for just a minute or 2, and then kicks right back off.
Oh, you said Better Bee carries them, those BMAX.
Yeah, I looked back up there too. He did say it was the polystyrene.
I mean, I ordered all my extracting equipment from Better Bee. I'm a fan of the Lyson, so that's kind of the route I went with it. All of my stuff is Lyson. Tank. I wish we could get Better Bee to stand behind us and do some giveaways.
Yeah, maybe make a few calls, see what we can do.
They don't even give us free shipping.
Uh-huh. After I've done spent, I don't know, 35, 40 grand with them in the last year and a half, maybe I can talk one into at least one little thing
Shit, between you and me, we probably spent 50 grand over there.
easily. I've
So,
Let's see. Well, I got it back there. A stack of receipts that I've been behind putting into my QuickBooks system, and yeah, it's adding up more.
well, the link is pinned to my chat. Did you pin it to yours, Lee?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come in, please feel free to join us this evening. I guess Earl will be back in a second. He went to go get something.
Jeff, I'm going to bring this here up to you. This is the thermosensor that I'm using to regulate the temperature in my warmer. You can set it to kick on, say 96 degrees, kick off at 101, or whatever temperature you may want.
Well, there he
All
is.
right. You guys are going to see my ugly little house here for a little while, or my goofy little bedroom where I sit all day long. But I know what you're saying about those plaques, but what I wanted to show you was this is what you could be printing on, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty. Is it smooth or is it rough texture?
I can make it smooth or rough. It's just ever how you want to do it. This is just one. This is not even one of the prettiest ones. It's just one, but it is pretty. Yeah, thank you, Lee. Now I'll show you guys a couple more. This is just one of the pieces of wood you could be printing on, Bob. And that, what you're seeing, that little 3D stuff, that's your classic signature of curly maple, and why you see it on so many guitars. I wasn't done, Lee. I got three pieces I'll show you. Thank you, Lee. Here's another piece. Looks like a guitar.
Nice.
You can be printing on. All I got to do is router these edges for you. Here's another piece. Got to get
those are real nice.
Going the wrong way with the camera, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then if you like the old rustic or whatever look, there's some that's real grainy that can look old,
Those look really nice.
And they're all free to my brother Bob. I just got to get them to him, and I'm gonna make a few of them and go ahead and start routering them out and stuff and getting them ready. Who knows what a stack I'll have by the time we meet, brother? So they'll be yours to use as you want and make what you want out of them.
Well, I appreciate that.
That's what brothers do. That's what brothers do.
I got to get your plaque in the mail and Lee's plaque in the mail.
See what I mean? You went and made me that plaque. Like I'm talking. That's awesome. Now, if y'all excuse me, before y'all see my busted walls and plumbing,
you got to put the virtual background back on.
That's right, because he really is a hillbilly. I hide nothing, guys. I'm straight up. My name is Earl. I am a hillbilly, and I do brush my tooth, and this is all me.
My tooth, that cracks me up every time you say that.
Hey man, if you're gonna be a hillbilly named Earl without teeth, 6'4" and goofy, you might as well try to sell it a little bit.
Hey, I never hide who I am. That's exactly right.
You know
I don't.
what I'm
I just
saying?
let the lights do it for me.
Hey, in this
It's
day and
actually
time,
one
the more
neater in here
freaking
today. I
difference
just
you
cleaned
are.
up.
Sorry, Lee, I walked on you.
Oh, that's all right. I was just saying it was a little bit messier, but I've been trying to straighten up today.
For anybody that didn't understand that, if you've ever trucked or talked on a CB a lot, if you talk at the same time with somebody else, we call that walking on you. So two people talking at the same time, you got walked on. And I walked on Lee there a little bit, and I'm sorry.
Well, Earl, what's going on in your yard over there, your bee yard? Anything today?
Just watching them build back up after making that split when that swarm happened, which boosted the Clinchco yard tremendously. And then I come home and just get to watch my girls. They're of all the frames in the deep, they've got one frame left that they're working on. I've already got the super on. They're up in the super, getting it prepped and putting.
Right.
I've not actually spotted any honey in the super yet, but they're always up there working it, getting it ready. And the cool thing about that is of course, the one up here is a flow frame, and I can't wait to crack that valve in front of everybody and have that honey harvest. And I don't know what that optical illusion or the floating sky, for the lack of a better term, as Bob has already named it, the sky pecker that keeps popping up on this brick wall. I don't understand it. I've tried to make it go away, but it
Oh,
sometimes pops up. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Those virtual backgrounds, the lighting changes. I just installed a 56-inch wide by 68-inch deep, 7-foot tall walk-in cooler in my basement. Nice.
This is a little sample of my spring honey. I try to put, luckily, I try to put up when I get some honey. I want to put some up. You know what I mean? And store it just so it's forever there. Saying, hey, this is, and on the lid it says 2022 spring.
You're like me.
Yeah, it's this stuff is awesome, man. It tastes.
I put when I harvested.
Yes, exactly.
And the percentage.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
And it's good
and
stuff.
who knows when you're going to be able to go back to that, man, one day when you're 90 and stick a finger in it and say, I remember. I remember the day that I was out there on my porch and I stuck my finger in it and I tasted this, and Johnny Walker and Houston was right beside of me. You know what I'm saying? So the taste will bring me right back to the deck with Houston and Johnny again, and us sticking their fingers in it, tasting of it.
This is all honey. This is all honey that people have sent me.
Oh my gosh!
I've got more that's been sitting on my desk.
I'm doing something wrong. 387 Hagar Mountain Loop, Hayside, Virginia 24256. Please feel free to send me your honey, i.e., other beekeepers and YouTubers. I will take all you got. And can I explain something on your show? I've been wanting to do this. I touched on it a little bit last night.
Sure.
I feel like we get left out. They say, what kind of beekeeper are you? They say, well, there's commercial, sideliner, hobbyist, and backyard.
Well, Brian says he's a backyard beekeeper.
I am and have always been a family beekeeper. My family was bringing bees in this country before it was cool. And I say it on purpose because 1620 is when the major movement of bees came into Virginia as they started bringing the bees over to America. Officially was in the 1620s. Well, I can't count how many greats grandfather left Ireland in the I think it was 1580 something, and came to America and brought his bees with him as a homesteader. He always had bees, and that was passed down, through the generations. We always raised garden. You always have bees. And when it came to the, what do they call it, the Depression, when there was a shortage of sugar, well, people around here just leaned back on the molasses and the honey that we had. You either worked your butt off for molasses or you had bees and you had honey. And so, of course, my family always had honey, but we never sold it. I remember Papa with his 6 hives would give a bunch away, but by the time he stocked the family shelves, all the aunts, uncles, and everybody, it was gone. Not very profitable, but that's just how it's always been. And I'm sure I'm not the only. We got some stuff, Lee, you need to get rid of.
Yeah, I'm getting it on.
It's in my chat. I'm trying to record it.
That's pitiful that people aren't grown up enough to be able to join in normal human activity. Obviously, an affected person with a deep scar in their psyche. I hate that for them, and God bless you, whoever that is. I'll put you in my prayers. You obviously were molested by the same sex or something as a child, and I hate that for you. That's how I deal with them.
Well, they probably feel like no life beekeepers. We need we need some attention.
North Ireland, brother. Earl, yes, sir. Fermanagh bee juice. Fermanagh. I'm freezing up a little bit, guys, so I'm sorry if there's any delays on my end.
No, you're fine. Huh? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What am I considered now? At like 60 colonies? Sideliner? Is that considered sideliner? What's that? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. You're sidelining, dude. Are you working?
No.
What's your job? What do you do every day?
Beekeeper
When you
and
do
laser.
Okay. So now that you're doing it for a living, because everything you do and plus what you got coming in, now there's some people tell you there's a number, you know, 500 or more commercial, 500 to 100 your sideliner, up to 50 to 100. All that. I don't know the correct numbers because there ain't one. That's garbage. You are what you feel you are. If you feel like you're a hobbyist and that's what you do, you're a hobbyist. If you feel like, hey man, I'm gonna be doing this other stuff, making some money, but I got these bees I'm gonna make some money with too. You're a sideliner, and I think you fit that category pretty good. But if your entire living and all that you are evolves around your 500 bees or 100 bees, then you're commercial.
Yeah,
That's what I
guess so.
think. But that's just Earl's opinion. I'm just
I
nobody.
guess anybody
And
that
hello to
sells,
Phil.
I guess anybody that sells honey is pretty much commercial at that point because you're selling
Amen.
a product off your colonies that even if
Amen,
it's
brother.
And then
small,
what do they
small
say
or
about
big.
athletes?
It's kind of like age. Go ahead, Earl.
It's kind of like athletes. Once they start getting paid, they're considered professional.
Whether it's $1 or
Other,
$1,000,000, right?
Otherwise, they're amateur. But once they get paid for a fight, you just got paid to do what you do. You're now professional. So, I guess whether you're sideliner, hobbyist, commercial, backyard, or family, no matter what was that word I used just a minute ago? I had that all set up and I ruined it. Sorry, guys.
Commercial, sideline, backyard, or family.
Oh, now I get it. No matter which one of those you are, you're a professional because you're getting paid.
Bob's still flea market, Michael says.
Unless you're family, then you ain't getting nothing.
That's
I wonder if it's kind of like age. You're only as old as you feel. You're a
I
sideliner if
guess,
you feel
man.
like.
well, the
I
beauty
guess
is on
I'm
this
90.
channel, on these channels, you're all welcome. It doesn't matter what you do.
Take my hat off. I look more Irish.
He's a very tall leprechaun.
That's right.
How you doing, Phil?
I'm good, Bob. You?
I'm doing good. Hey, I know it's been killing you because we haven't been doing the Friday night.
No, you're killing me.
Saturday nights, Sunday nights.
Yeah, during the week, I cannot stay up to 3 and 4 in the morning during the week. So Friday, Saturdays,
You know what that means, huh, Phil?
I need to
Means
move to
that
the States. Is that what you're saying?
that means the age is catching up with you.
Well,
I know how you feel though. I can't stay up late no more either.
Is the but how are your bees doing in Northern Ireland?
it's a two-sided coin. One hive doing really well. One hive looks, to be honest, to be a washout.
Did you take a
And
frame of eggs over?
and also the weather has been a washout as well. The weather over here has been really crap. Cold, windy,
I got my
wet.
hand up. You can't see it.
You haven't got any hands, or oh, you have.
Well, I'm trying to say that I've had that similar problem, and been watching it a little bit, and I don't know. I wonder, and this is just a thought, if it's different if you got a bunch of hives, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I wonder if when it's just two, if the stronger one doesn't.
Oh, we just
Oh,
lost him.
Froze.
He just froze up.
That was just going to be
I'm having the same thing down at the Clinchco yard, and I may do what I'm going to say, which is separate them at about maybe 50, 7,500 feet apart to try to keep them from doing that, because for the last 3 years, I've every time I've set two side by side or one strong hive with two nooks when I'm starting out, I've found that if I don't isolate the newer colonies or the smaller colonies, that my big colonies are going to pick on them. And if I set two colonies side by side, like y'all saw me make that split on my last video, just put one, I just put, 4, I had 9 frames, So I put 4 of them in the flow frame and made 2 hives, but still that left one a little bigger with the 5. I noticed a lot of bees were going in and out of it still immediately. It took a few days for them to start coming in and out of the flow hive. I think I should have moved it further away to, because I think a lot of those bees just went right back home. All the ones that could fly, the nurse
Yeah, but
bees didn't.
it's my
Of
original
course.
hive that's the problem. The one I put the split to, the second hive is thriving. It queened itself, and it is going really well. It's the original one that it seems they have just cast swarm after swarm after swarm, and
Well, they probably
I
get sick of getting picked on by the next door neighbor.
well, I don't see an awful lot of fighting or anything on the landing board or anything like that there. So, um, I did give it a frame of eggs, and as I said before, it just capped them over. It didn't try to make any queen cells, so I
So
assumed that they had made a queen and it was out and it was
See, that's
uh,
my point. They seem as though they feel defeated right from the get go, and I think it could be the
well,
pressure from the side colony.
yeah, but it wasn't strong at that point. It's only got strong in the last sort of
I
couple of
don't know if
weeks.
it matters which one's strong. It just matters which one's strongest.
Mm.
does the
Yeah, so as I say, the weather's been really shit over here. So
Yeah,
tomorrow's
that makes a difference.
tomorrow's D-Day. I'm gonna open the week hive tomorrow and see what I have. I
What is
have
D Day?
it's either it's shit or bust for
That's my
that
life.
hive.
That's every day. That's Dooley Day. That's what that is.
I've been opening the tray underneath, and I can see caps underneath on the weak hive. I don't know if that's drone caps or whether it's worker caps, or so I'm going to open up tomorrow, see what I have, and I contacted a guy who has queens, and if I don't see what I want to see, then I'll go and get myself a mated queen and go from there. Hopefully,
I'm hearing in other areas, especially our southern areas, that there is a dearth on and that drones are being um, singled out and
well,
getting rid
that's
of. We was
another thing
talking
over
about that
here
earlier.
because we are going through what they call over here is the June gap,
Yeah,
which is hopefully coming to the end. Whenever there's not an awful lot of forage out there, so
lay the feet to them.
you don't really expect the queens to be doing an awful lot this time of year either. So
Yeah, they're not going to lay a lot if there's a dearth on, are they?
no, that's true.
I mean, they know they ain't got enough food to supply them. I've even noticed some of my boxes last year when it would get, up in the high 90s, that she would throttle back, and I
Yeah.
think that's a sign of a good queen is her ability to throttle back and forth. But that's Earl's stupid opinion again.
Yeah, I think we
Oh, I
lost
agree with.
Bob there.
I think it needs a new queen, and
Probably so, brother. She may be old. How long
And,
have you had your original hive?
no, they only got it last year. But yeah, I
Yeah, but
honestly think that the original one swarmed.
oh,
It all comes from my first inspection this year at the end of March. The bees were far more advanced than I expected them to be. They were literally
yeah,
busting out of the
same,
hive. They
same
had queen
here.
cells everywhere. I
and you
split
said
them, but I think it was too late. They were going, and that was
That
it.
is so
And
weird.
yeah,
Did you
you
see
have
my
a
last
problem getting
video?
queens.
I haven't yet. There, no, sorry.
I'm sorry, Lee. Seems like I got a lag. I didn't hear you come in there.
Oh, that's all right. No, I was just saying, and Phil has a problem trying to get any queens over there as far as other breeders or anything like
Yeah,
that.
there's very few people. You
I
guys
got a
can.
guy. I got a
Does he?
guy, Phil, in Ireland.
Does he? Oh, really?
Uh huh. It's the Black Bee Association of Ireland. It's the Irish Black Bee Association. His name is Andrew, and that's what he does is he peddles the Irish bee. And I will hook you up with his contact. If I'll look it up after the show and try to find it for you and get
Oh,
that to you, brother.
definitely send me his details because I've struggled to get people over here.
Yeah, I've been trying to work with him on trying to sneak me one in, maybe get him to send it to Canada, from Canada to the United States, Australia. I'll get him to send it somewhere that'll send it to us, but I don't know how. But one of these days, I'm going to get my hands on one of those black Irish bees. If nothing else, I'm going to go back here in this mountain and find some old survivor stock and get them.
If
Which
Phil,
nobody did.
you ought to do like Bob, get you a couple of 2-frame mating nukes and make you a few extra queens just in case.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I'm kind of at the stage this year where I mean, I have one good hive and one bad hive.
Yeah.
Do I rob the good hive and
Mm-hmm.
chance
Yeah.
just not getting any honey this year? And
If anything, take 1 frame of eggs out of your good hive and
yeah, well, I
maybe
did do
either
that. I did that about 2 weeks ago.
about say
But
place
you
one
but
straight in there, or either just get you a grafting frame and try to graft some in there and see if they'll take
Well,
better that way.
I'm not that
look, Phil,
experienced
I already know
to
that
do
you're a
something like
stubborn
that.
Irishman, like
Hey, you
myself.
won't be
So
you won't be
I'm
that
going to
What are you
tell
talking
you,
about, Aaron?
you're going to have to listen to me. You're going to have to separate those hives. You got one
I'm
so
not
weak and
stubborn.
one so strong. I know a flow hive is a pain in the butt to move. All Irishmen are. Do you know Freud said that psychiatry was a marvelous thing and it would work on almost every human being in the world except the Irish?
I can't
Freud
believe a
said that.
hillbilly's quoting Freud.
Hillbilly. I'm an Irishman. I live in hillbilly country, brother. Uh, so anyway,
Where's
my
this
point is,
conversation going?
if you'll move the hive, as aggravating it is, flow hives have to be level. You got to mess with the legs, separate them out. Do like Lee was telling you, rob from the rich and give to the poor, balance them out. And that's the same thing I got to do. Really, is the same thing. I got to balance them out and get them away from each other. And I think they'll be just fine, but that's my opinion. I'm trying to help, but you're going to say, I'm not moving that damn hive. Earl's wrong.
Did you see my stands?
Yeah,
The way
I
I'm
know. It looks
with
it's going to be
20
it's going to
stone.
be hard, Phil. Beekeeping's hard, Phil.
Bohemia Bee says you can combine them.
Yeah, I
Oh, just
know.
have one?
It's
No,
probably just stubbornness. I got to the stage where I split one into two, and yeah, that's them.
stubbornness, you say? Seems like
Yeah.
I just
Feel
said
good
something
looking
about that.
hives there.
That's my house.
I love them, but that's why you don't want to move them, man. That'd be a pain in the butt to do. But I don't know. Further part the better, I'm thinking, because in the wild there are no side by side beehives in the wild.
Yeah, but Bob has hives side by side.
Mm-hmm.
He has a
You
lot
know.
of hives though. So drift comes and goes
Yeah, but
with a
I'm
bunch of
sure
different ones.
He's sure he started with 1 and 2, and
I don't know.
Yeah, I started with 1 or 2.
As a beekeeper that's just
He
got
ended
one
up
in
with
this
3 or
yard
4.
and had one in that other yard, and every time I get up to 2, I have the same problem as you. My only thoughts and what I've studied on is I'm going to have to separate them, bounce them out and separate them. And I could be wrong on that. If there's anybody out there, help us out. Combining them ain't an option for an Irishman. We don't go backwards. We're not going to take 2 and trade it for 1, no matter how strong it is. We want 2 that'll grow into 2 strong ones. And I can already tell you that's what he's going to choose.
it's hard to march backwards.
Talking about putting your hives
Amen.
side by side. I mean, that's how mine are.
But you have
they
many.
direct- Yeah, I mean, some
I'm
yards
talking
do.
about
Some don't.
2.
I got
2. I'm
one yard.
talking about simply 2.
Let's
Just
see.
2 beehives.
But were they split, Lee, or are they the?
No, those were. I ended up catching swarms, and then I had
So
I bought nukes.
they were all
I
different
mean, well,
colonies.
that's the wrong
I
one.
could be wrong. I could be wrong. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing because I can't get it right, but I will figure it out.
I mean, one of my yards, I've only got 4 hives in it. You know, I mean, they're real close to each other.
Yeah. Again, that's only because there's 4. I think it's a big difference in 2, just 2, because there's only 1 strong and 1 weak. 3, then there's a middle ground. 4, there's some more that can be shared. But when there's only 2, in my opinion, that stronger hive is never going to leave that little hive alone.
But I don't think, to be honest with you, if you put eggs in there and they capped it, I don't think they're queenless.
That's what I thought. And I haven't opened them since. And that was,
You
that
know,
was
they
2
would have
weeks
made a
ago.
queen cell, wouldn't they, Bob?
Yeah, so
they-
I'm still hoping, you know, a cap sale takes, what is it, 21 days from egg to.
Yeah,
Oh
for
my
a
God.
regular
They-
brood.
So I'm still
Unless-
within that. I'm still within that time scale. So I'm
Unless you
hoping
had a drone
tomorrow,
layer.
if I go in, I will see a lot of cap sales, and I will give it the thumbs up and say, right, okay, great.
Now, your second hive, was that a split that you made off of your first
It was
one?
the split of the first, yeah.
And the thing you got to think about, you said there's not really a lot of bees or other beekeepers in your area. There's a chance that the
I
queen
know
may
there
not
is.
make it.
I know there is at least one within, you know, a few hundred yards.
Okay. I was about to say it depends on your drone population in the area if that second queen got mated really
Hey,
good or not.
Yeah, well, the split that I made got mated. There's Fred in putting his.
Look
2
what he
pence
said.
in.
He said, take your good queen and cage her, put her in the weak hive and let the strong hive requeen themselves. Make sure she stays caged 5 days.
Mhm,
That's
okay.
a good idea. And then give your other hive the good queen, or what?
My only issue
We
with that
need
is
more cages.
I haven't actually been able to find the good queen yet, but that's just
And that's
Here,
another
I'm-
thing.
I'm-
It ain't
I'm-
easy to dig into a flow hive, moving that big
I'm still in
heavy
my
top.
still
super.
first year beekeeper, so I'm as new as they come. So
I've been around bees my whole life, and I don't know nothing.
well, you guys know a lot more than I do.
I
Earl
mean, I'm
is a-
just saying, I've been around my whole life, and it's always changing. Things you thought you knew, you don't know no more. Stuff you would have swore on 20 years ago is a complete not right now. I mean, it's just things change, and that's why I'm so open-minded anymore. I used to just put my foot down and be like, it's this way. But I've learned too much that it ain't that way.
Well, I think every colony is, I mean, they're their own colony, right? It's like every family is different. Every colony is different. I can have 2 colonies right side by side that I put the nukes in exactly the same time, and they're totally different. I mean, the queen is different, right, from each colony. They lay different. They act different. I've got 4 nukes side by side. I put installed on the same day. 2 of them are blowing up. 2 of them are slower. And you know, there's no way to really think about it at this point.
Every house is different.
Yeah, I mean, every hive is different. So you got to let each colony stand on their own. So when you're doing an inspection, yeah, it's nice to be able to compare side by side colonies, but you can't always do that. I mean, so that's kind of one of the benefits of having a few more colonies is that I can go to a colony that's real strong and doing really well, and I can pull brood and put it in a weaker colony to give them a little shot in the behind, right? It's not always so easy, but in the end, will it matter if the queen sucks in the second colony? You don't know, you know.
Well, the thing is, I've never had this problem if there's 3 or more hives. I only ever have this problem when it's just 2.
I haven't ever had just 2, so I can't speak to that effectively.
I started out with just 1 hive, and then that was in 2020. And then the following spring last year, I split that hive twice, and then I bought 8 nukes. So I basically went from 1 to 2 to 10.
Oh, you got your shirt on. Nice.
That's Grammy.
I just went and put it on just for you, Bob.
Look, Phil's got his on too.
Yay, Phil!
You're a sportsman.
My Irish brother.
That's right.
Nice.
I got to throw it
I'm
in
kind
there.
of clover leaf sitting here tonight.
Go ahead,
Hey.
Lee. Go
What
on.
does it say? I can't see it. I'm on my phone.
Smoke them if you got them.
Oh, I love it.
Lee's got a gear store now.
Yeah, I got another one that says if you can't handle the heat, stay out of the hive.
Isn't that the truth?
That's awesome.
It's been a little bit better here.
Phil,
Not too bad.
has your new stuff come, Phil?
No, not yet. The strange thing with it, they cancelled my order. That what do you call that? That
Gear bubble?
Yeah, they said I picked the wrong shipping payment or something, and I had to redo the whole damn thing. So
Should be on its way now then.
it should be on its way,
I
hopefully.
understand.
The
Hey guys, it's been fun. It's been real. I'm gonna jump off here. It's good getting on your
Bye,
case.
Earl.
Great, hey, great
Bye,
to be on
Dad.
the same show with you. Finally, Lisa, it's awesome, Grammy. Great.
I know. I'm loving your videos, Earl.
Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. God bless you for that. And y'all, I love you. Phil, my brother from another. God bless you, man. And God bless all
See
of
you,
you.
Earl.
And God bless you, bees. I love you. I do.
all right. Good night,
Have a good
Earl.
one, Earl.
Oh, he was out quick. I was
Yeah.
like, good night. And he was gone.
Hey, speaking of that store, I'm going to drop your link in there, Bob, for your.
Oh, thank
Gear
you. I
bubble.
appreciate it. So if you like that one or the I haven't worn, look, I don't have mine on. I
Well,
got
you
a
need to go change. I did. I changed
couple
just
of
for
them.
you.
Are you going to help Bruce with his honey pull this weekend? or
No, he finished pulling today. We're extracting tomorrow. I'm going to go down for a couple hours tomorrow. I've got to get in my bees tomorrow morning. I've got my receptionist coming over. She's helping me, and I've got to do my bee washes. So I put on some treatments. I used some Hop Guard. Have you guys ever used Hop Guard?
Oh, he did get
I
his
was just
mug.
curious. Ah, neato.
The only thing I've used is the OAs so far.
So he's got the correct answer to any
Beacon
beekeeper.
Dad. Yep,
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's the
Okay.
heat sensitive mug. I
Oh,
got
that's
someone
cool.
calling me about beekeeping right now. She's gonna have to wait. I'm live. Be addicted. That's right.
Got the
That's
mug.
cute.
Haven't got the T-shirt yet. Got the mug.
Well, it looks good. I didn't even think to ask you about the mug. So it looks good. It's good looking. I'm glad the heat temperature change thing works.
It works. It works the very best.
Just don't
The
put
only
it
thing
through
is,
the dishwasher very often.
it's
Yeah,
only
I
full of
messed
hot
one of
water.
mine up
There's
like
no
that.
whiskey or anything in it. So
No whiskey in it tonight.
no, not tonight. No,
You on call?
no, I'm not. I just got a cup of hot water.
Just a cup. Your wife just gave you hot water so you could
I'll hand
show
it
it
back.
off.
He
Hand back
just
the
had to give
staff.
you a plug, Bob.
Hey,
Free advertisement.
I'm in trouble now.
that's funny. The
Staff just told me to F off.
the staff. You keep it up. We'll be reading about you in the newspaper tomorrow.
You'll see a big fist coming over.
Yeah, she's just going to throw that hot water on you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fun. I
I'm
burned my
really-
legs a
I'm
few
getting the
years back.
I'm getting the dagger eyes now, definitely.
Yes,
Joe?
it was Hop Guard 3.
I haven't used the Hop Guard. This was the first year I put any Apogard in my hives, or Apivar, not Apogard, Apivar, and I only did that on my wheat colonies. I wasn't going to produce any honey out, so I went ahead and put those in, and then I went into some of those nukes that I got a couple months ago now, and when I was making the brood bomb for my nukes out of my outyard, I saw mites walking on the comb in them. So I went in there and I nuked them with the OA. And, so hopefully hopefully it works good. I'm trying to do the dual attack on them, and try to get them through winter at this point.
Yeah, I thought I had ordered Apivar. I did Apiguard last fall, and it worked really well. I was very impressed with it. Um, but I thought I ordered Apivar, and I don't know why I ordered HopGuard. I must have hit the wrong button or something. But anyway,
You got
I
the
was
Hot Guard 3.
yes,
Okay, that's
yes.
the one that Randy Oliver, that
Hmm.
DC said Randy Oliver helped with the formulation. Whoops, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were pulling my honey supers, I didn't use queen excluders this year, and so my queen got up into one of my supers and laid some drone brood for me. So I just uncapped them and checked them, and there were mites in them. So I just went ahead and treated, and I said, well, I'll just do a mite wash after I treat them.
You can always make more honey. You can't make more bees necessarily.
Yep.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Hey
So,
there, Sherry.
and I got my OA, but the OA is not really going to help much if you've got capped brood in there.
right.
So it's only going to get what, 20-30%.
Well, I
So,
treated mine, but then it's been raining ever since. I meant to treat them every few days, but it's been raining, so I can't
yeah,
get out there and do it in the rain with the electrical cords and all that stuff. So
yeah.
Umbrella and rubber boots.
yeah,
Just make sure you hold your umbrella with a rubber glove.
You got to think about it. If it's raining, they're all in the hive. That's a good time to treat.
it
Yeah,
is.
but if lightning strikes and hits your umbrella, you're dead.
Yeah,
Or-
you wouldn't know it.
Yeah,
You
you'd
get rid of the mites too.
be gone before. Hey, look who we got.
We got Jason down here.
Hey, Jason.
How you
Miss
doing?
Jason.
How's everyone doing?
Good. Doing good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm just done for the night. I'm sitting in the bee yard, getting ready to go up to the house. But you know what? I'm watching these guys, and I'll jump on, say hi.
Well, hey, you know what? I got a question while you're on here. You know that hive tool you sent me? That's
Yep.
laser etched. Did you do that yourself, or did?
No,
Or-
God, who was the guy who did that for me? That's what I'm gonna try to do at Hive Life. I have a X tool that I'm testing
Yeah.
out, so I'm gonna be probably producing them at a Hive Life and such.
That's what I got. I got an X tool.
How do you like the X tool?
I love it so far. I've only had it for about a week, but I've done lots of stuff, man. Been doing some tumblers. I got I like to say one of a kind. It's not really one of a kind. Other people have them, just not very many people. Check this out if you're a Second Amendment guy or firearms guy. Boom.
Oh, I love it.
There you go.
It's a 32-ounce tumbler shaped like a bullet.
I may need
That's
some of
pretty
those
cool.
for Christmas presents.
Hey, let me know. We'll start personalizing them.
You
I
shipping
did.
over here, Bob?
My son-in-law's a gunsmith.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, we could definitely do that. Yeah, I could probably ship it to you. I don't know what the duties and shipping would be. But here's one thing that has really started selling for me, and I've only had this for a week. But these laser etched canvases.
Oh, yeah.
So
Did that? Did you make that?
I made this, yeah.
That's pretty
it's
cool.
Very cool.
It's canvas. Oh, sorry. It's
Yeah.
just a stretch canvas. What's really helped is I've been doing Navy ships. So in my, I'm a Navy veteran. So in my Navy groups where there's a bunch of sailors in there, I do the ship, and they're like, "Oh, do you do those for other people?" Why, yes, I do. Thank you for asking. And so that's starting to take off for me.
I think you
So-
need that Etsy store set up, Bob. DC.
Yep.
One.
Sounds like it.
Well, see, I can always, DC, you can send me an email and I can send you a PayPal invoice through your email address, and we can figure it out that way too. So, yeah, I'm just trying to do a little bit of side things, but yeah, the Matt's been helping me, from Matt and Sarah.
Yep.
He's been helping me get my settings right and figure stuff out and stuff like that. I can do a Darth Vader if it's online, if it's an image, if it's a logo. I can download it and put it in the software and let it roll. So,
Yeah.
wood signs, all kinds of stuff.
Very
been doing.
cool.
Yeah, I have a
So-
CNC. I have one of those Inventables CNC
Oh,
machines,
okay.
the wood ones, wood
Right.
carving ones, and I can get them switched over to a laser. But I was just doing the research on some of the other laser setups that are out there, and there's some nicer ones that are a little bit better, quality and laser and all that. So I have to go, decide what I want to do.
Well, I like the X tool from where I'm at from using lasers. Right, it's a small desktop setup, and I got it on a Father's Day like package deal they had. So I got like the upgraded rotary and all that kind of stuff. So air assist. Went ahead and bought it.
Why do they only sell them in the US? We can't buy an X tool over here.
You can't?
Nope. They only sell them in the US.
Maybe because we're the only suckers that'll buy them.
Something to do
I
with
don't-
laser, is it?
I don't know.
Probably to do with laser classes. Certain things can only be sold in certain
I must
areas.
admit, you did spark my enthusiasm for laser engraving, Bob, but
Well,
can't get them over here.
I don't have the. I did a. This is just a burn. This is not a etch, but this is just a burn for Lee, and
Nice.
so it's
What
there's
wattage is the laser?
This is a 10 watt.
10
that
watts.
I've got.
You can really burn stuff.
Yeah, they've got a. Actually, they just came out with a stronger one, a 20 watt.
The 20 watt, yeah.
So of course, right after I buy mine, they come up with
Oh, yeah.
the stronger one.
Right. Bob's got
That's how I am.
his. We can.
No, I've got to sell a bunch of stuff before I can afford to do that.
Hey, I'll be right back. Give me a sec.
All right, but yeah, so I've just been doing a little bit of lasering, trying to pay it off, pay it back. Not really off; it's already paid for, but
How big of a machine is that, Bob?
I can do stuff that is 16 by 17.
Mm-hmm.
So it's well, my room's a mess, but I'll show you guys. It's like, nope, not that. Yeah, it's right there on that table.
Does it take up a lot of space?
No, not really. It's just a square,
It's a
probably.
tabletop machine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tabletop machine.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I've seen people doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, slate, tiles, glass. I thought about doing
went to
honey jars.
when I was at the Alabama Bee Conference last year in Clanton, Alabama. There was a guy and his wife up there that were doing that, and they were doing I don't know, what do you call them? The big squares that you put on top of the stove. They had some of those. They were selling them for some pretty good money.
Like stove
So,
covers.
yeah.
Well, it takes a while. Like this tumbler took like 20 minutes to do one
Oh,
logo.
wow. Yeah.
Of course, I did some practice ones too, but I mean, it took like 20 minutes to do the tumbler.
If you're used to using 3D printers, 20 minutes is like nothing.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have a 3D printer, and you switch it on, and you set the thing, and come back in 5 hours.
Right.
Have you seen they were 3D printing houses?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the big concrete.
Oh my gosh.
I saw
Unreal.
a guy today in a beekeeping group on Facebook. He was using a laser like this, Jason.
Yeah.
And those hog half combs?
Yep.
He was making them out of wood. So they were drawing comb inside of the wood, and then he had a box top that he made with it and a bottom that would just close over it, and it was etched with his logo in it. And
So about 4 years ago, there was a guy that took a CNC machine like the Inventables and literally did a model hive completely out of wood, the comb, everything. It was so gorgeous. I mean, it was like, I can't find the link anymore of the photos of it, but I've looked for it. If anybody's ever seen it out there, send me those links to it. But it was amazing. And that was what turned me on to wanting to get one just for purposes of doing some carving on. And then there's that other bee guy that does, is it Little Array or Little Array? I can't think of the guy's name. He did a lot of carved beehives as well. sort of that kind of impression of in the wood where you have shapes and such that were just really nice. And that's what turned me on to it. The problem with the CNC is that it's depth and it's not etched.
Right.
You lose that thickness of you already have a thin board that goes around a hive body. So if you carve into it, you're thinning that already as much. So.
Right. Yeah.
But anywho.
Yeah, they make like, and it's probably similar to the Inventables, but like Fox Alien makes a laser that has a spindle head that you can put on it in place of the laser. They swap out.
Yeah.
I've looked at I looked at that one before, but I ended up, once I saw the X tool, and then Matt was like, if I would have had an X tool when I started, it would have been a game changer because of the price. Like compared to a Glowforge is like 3 times the price of this one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Glowforge, that's what I was looking at.
How's things in your BR, Jason?
Good. We're harvesting this weekend. I'm just getting stuff ready tonight to do that. I'll be making a lot of splits, and my colonies are packed. So when I pull those supers, I've got to put them back quick or make some splits. So it's just been trying to get everything ready to do all that. So
you got queens and stuff for all your splits, or you got to let them do it themselves?
Yep. Well, I mean, I've got queens already baking now. They're not mated.
Baking. That's funny.
Yeah.
Queen pie.
I had that yesterday where a virgin queen went out and got mated and came back and just landed on the hive stand with some bees. It was like
crazy.
And then my stupid behind took a roller cage and caught her and put her in the roller cage thinking that the cap was in the end, but it was just a cell protector. So she crawled right out of the hole. And when I came back to put her up, she was gone. So I was like, okay, hopefully she found where she was supposed to go.
I did a test. If you saw a couple of videos so back, I got some queens from Corey from Stevens Bee Company. Corey and I've been with Corey for a couple of years, and I've always been pulling some of his stock in my yard. And he did some grafting with Natalie, and he sent me. I got a few queens from him, and I said, "Hey, send me 50-50. Do you have any more of Natalie's grafts?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, so he sent me half Natalie's and half his, and so I did that test back in the early part of June, and I was getting frustrated because I was coming back out. They're virgins. I don't know if you know that. He ships virgins primarily. I mean, he does breeder queens and things like that, but primarily he'll ship virgins. And so they'll mate in your yard. So you'll get partially your drone genetics on top of his sort of VSH genetics that come from, his mom's.
Right.
But, at the end of the day, I put him in and I was trying to do this test and do a follow-up video on it. And I kept checking back. And I'm like, damn, these girls, they're just taking forever. We've had some rainy days and things like that. And sure enough, I was like, well, I was starting to go through some of Natalie's and his that I marked. Saw that there weren't any queens at all. They were still queenless. But then it was like 2 or 3 days ago, I'm going through and there's eggs in every single one of them. So I'm thinking about 100% on all of them. It just took way longer than I thought it would take.
Right.
So,
that's good though.
It's a good thing. It's a good problem to have, but
mine are kind of right now. I've got 2 partly cloudy days out of the next 10. It's calling for rain.
Yep.
Partly cloudy is the best we're getting now. After 3 weeks of 100-degree heat, no rain. Now we're getting rain for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're going like 60% every day all the way through next Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And so the heat burned everything out. Now we're getting the rain. So I don't know if anything's going to bloom back or not.
Clover's still going nuts here.
It's been kind of crazy around here. So, hopefully all this rain helps for like goldenrod.
Yep.
Hopefully.
And my girls can get back at it, but I've been putting some feed out and letting them go to it. It's really, really thin. I mean, super thin. 25 pounds of sugar to 80 pounds of water.
Ooh.
And they're just tearing the hell out of it like nobody's business. And I haven't been able to do it the last couple days, but the last partly sunny day we had, I put it out, and they were just killing it. And my hope is that they'll be able to, it's enough in there to help them draw maybe a little bit of comb out and get things going. That was like 0.3 to 1.
That's straw in the tub.
Yeah, I put 10 gallons. It's 10 gallons of liquid.
Yep.
And they were just going at it like nobody's business.
I never open fed in that tub setup like that until.
Don't complain about the weather, guys. Please. Please don't complain about the weather. This is the 1st of July.
And you're at 70 degrees?
61.
That's a heat wave. That's an Irish heat wave.
Yeah.
That's why they drink so much. Weather depressed.
We invented rain over here, so please don't complain about the rain.
You invented rain.
Sometimes I trade that heat though for the rain.
Oh yeah,
it's been too hot.
We train the rain for some heat.
For some
heat.
When
we get 109, 110 heat index, it'll wear you out quick.
I had 109 heat index today painting boxes.
Oh jeez.
Standing there melting. I think the paint was drying as I was pulling it out of the paint can.
Right. It's drying in the midair while you're spraying it. It's just hitting like solid and falling on the ground.
Yep.
If we get 109, we'd all collapse and die, I think.
You just turn into vapors.
Yeah.
So how much honey you planning to pull this year or this season, you think?
To me?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll probably do 1,500 to 1,750 or something like that. I think somewhere in there.
Well, I was hoping to pull 1,000, but I ended up turning this into an expansion year as compared to a honey year. So we'll see how.
I end up pulling a lot less than even beekeepers with less hives around me by hive, right? So if you're saying, okay, if I've got 70 plus colonies, and I'd say probably out of those 70, 40 are running supers. So if I've got 40 to 45 colonies that have supers that are heavy on them, I am very conservative when I pull a frame out. If it's not 90% or fully capped, I'll put it right back. And some people are like, oh, you can do that. Do the shake test. Cause I think they were talking about that last night on the other channel. I said, and I just don't want to lose, if I put it all in 5-gallon buckets, I've had, a bucket, or I've had people, not me, but I've had people have 5-gallon buckets explode. I've had people that have bottles of honey that put on store shelves explode. And it's just not worth it for me. I'm not going to get greedy and take.
Yeah.
So.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, last year I didn't even pull my fall honey till the spring. Like,
oh yeah,
I just left it. I'm like, well,
that's a good way. That's a good way to ensure you're not pulling
too much
sugar water too.
Yeah.
And I found that when I did pull, nobody else had honey, so I was the only show in town at the time and sold it real quick.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to buy as much sugar for the sugar water to overwinter with.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I know the prices went up. Ours was $11 and something for a 25-pound bag. I went today; it was $13.98. So
yeah, that's
$14
same
a bag.
here. $14 a bag.
Is that Walmart?
Yeah, I bought 10 bags today.
I know. You get to look too when you go into Walmart and you're pushing your shopping cart out and you got like 10 bags of 25-pound bags. And you're looking at what are you making?
Lady asked me yesterday. Yeah, that's exactly what they said. They said we were looking for the corn. I said, well, I buy that over at Tractor Supply.
Oh, I do the same thing. They're like, oh, what are you making? And I'm like, oh, I just stopped at Tractor Supply on the way back, get some corn. And they just stare at you like you're and you just look real serious and keep checking out. I love it.
You gotta keep it real with them, right? She's like, well, I know where I'm going if I need to bake a cake. I said, well, you have to fight my bees for it.
That's right.
If we can get a break in some of the weather, I'm hoping to start pulling honey. And then, like I said, I'll throw the sugar water back to them with some new frames.
Mm-hmm.
I don't draw that out.
Yeah, that's what my goal was. I've still got plenty of supers that are like, or even brood boxes that have like 8 frames that they just haven't gotten to the outside on, you know. And obviously, when they got the 8 frames, I went ahead and supered them right the 80% rule, but they never came back and got the outsides. So I was gonna just
I always rotate
put
the
it to them.
outside frames if everything else is drawn out, and even if it ain't fully capped, I'll pull my 2 outside frames, slide the inner ones out, and put those outside frames to the middle.
Same. Yeah.
But I did notice today, and when it was a break in the rain, I went out there, and my colonies have started to drag drone brood out of the cells and drop it on the ground.
Really?
So
That's
yeah.
early.
Well, at least
Yeah.
we still got bees in there pulling drones out. I walked out in the little rain break today and found a slime out. So I had stuff actually oozing out the front. That's the second slime out I've had this year, but that was 2 weak colonies that I had. The reason this one was weak, they swarmed last weekend.
They left themselves vulnerable.
Well, the thing is, if I would have realized which box it come out of, I should have checked a little harder. If I'd seen they swarmed out of that box, I would have took the super off and reduced them down in just to a single deep. But they still had a super on there, so it was more room than they had to take care of.
Yeah.
Right. But you guys get many hive beetles up there where you're at, Jason?
We do, depending on where people put their hives, right? So I'm a big supporter of full sun and some type of a thing underneath, and that's not all of my yards don't have something underneath, but I'd say most of them have some type of a break, whether that be a tarp or something just underneath the hive. But the biggest thing for me is the full sun. I have people that are, I don't know, an hour from me, half hour from me, that put their hives inside little tree lines or inside the woods or places like that. And they have, I mean, I'll pop lids when I'm doing inspections, helping them out. And, the hive beetles will scurry by the hundreds. And so, if I see one or two, very rarely do I see them. But I also use screened inner covers, which a lot of people don't use. And I like them because the bees will take the small hive beetle and push them up above the screen cover. And then when I lift the lid up, I just smash along the inside of the cover and kill any that I see. So it works.
Well, hey, Matt. Good to see you, brother. I talk to Matt all the time now. Now that I got my X tool, I talk to him all the time.
Got him on speed dial, huh?
Yep, sure do. He's probably like, damn, it's Bob again. I got to call him back.
Send him the voicemail.
It's all good. I appreciate him for sure. It's and hey, he is very helpful too. He's not. Matter of fact, one thing he was like, "Hey, just send me the logo. I'll fix it and send it back to you." I'm like, "Thank you, sir." Nice night for a fire.
Actually, that's my mosquito, my mosquito lamp.
You still got a flame on it.
Yeah, it does. It's too hot down here for fire.
We used to do that in the summertime, even if it was hot, we'd still do a fire.
I know.
That wood.
You see him? How do I block numbers? I know, right? Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell him, guys. But yeah, he's been real helpful. So, especially with these tapered tumblers, it stretches the logos. See, that one would be not a problem because it's the same dimension at the top as all the way around. But when they're tapered, it's a little bit different. Nematodes.
I've had a couple of drinks.
Nematodes kill hive beetles if you can keep nematodes alive.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people use them in my area here as well, and I've never had an opportunity to use them because I don't have the small hive beetle problems. But those that do have used nematodes, and it's worked well for them as well. You got to break their cycle like any other cycle, right? You have to break the cycle somehow. But they do also fly from a distance. From what I've seen, I don't know if it's true that they leave during the day and come back. I've heard that rumor before, but
I've heard that they can fly up to 10 miles. I don't know if that's
I've heard that as well.
So
Well, I saw some of my chicken brooder pen when I had, and that isn't. It's maybe 100 feet from my beehives.
I found
Chicken
I
get 'em?
put did the chickens eat them?
I guess they eat everything.
I know my chickens are about to get two boxes full of hive beetles.
Oh,
Well, my chickens got a hive full of wax moth larvae the other day,
mm,
Yeah, there you go.
so they loved it. It was a treat.
mm,
They probably laid more eggs the next day.
hmm. Well, I've got 7 that's almost a laying age, and then my other 5 are already laying.
I
You
was up to about 72. I think I'm down to probably mid
Chickens?
upper 20. Yeah,
Chickens.
Dude, I thought
I'm
I
down
had
to
a.
about mid to upper 20s right now. I
You
sold
know,
it.
if you got bees, you got to have chickens.
I know. I
Mhm.
just and it's chicken math is same as bee math.
Same as
My
bee
wife
math.
asks all the time. She's like, "How many hives do we have now?" I said, "I
I
don't
don't
know, like
know.
70 some." And she's like, "How many
Mhm.
chickens do we have?" And I said, "I don't know, like 30 some."
That's me. I think you were ribbing me one day about knowing the exact number of colonies I
Yeah.
had. I just counted them, and then it turns out I was 10 off on that. So it's like I really, it was like, oh well, I thought I only had 50, but I actually have like 60.
You
So
forget about the 3 or 4 splits that you have sitting in the side yard, or that you
Yeah.
maybe should put up front somewhere. Yep.
so yeah, I've got chickens everywhere right now. I've got chickens. I got a hog. Got bees.
Ducks.
I just
Ducks.
I actually bought a rooster. I already had 2 roosters with all my chickens because I have copper Morans. And I
Right.
have a blue copper
Mm,
Moran and a black
nice.
copper Moran. I just bought a Bannon or Banny, I guess what you call it. You ever seen those
Fanny
before?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Banny roosters. A full
Oh,
size
yeah.
rooster. I swear the full rooster is this big. It's full size.
He
Mhm.
thinks he's that big though.
He thinks he's this big, but he's
Mhm.
this. He runs around like he's like King Kuba, and yeah, it's the funniest thing to see that. And he does the whole cackling and all that stuff like half the tone of the other roosters. It's just funny to watch him.
I've got buff Polish. Have you seen those that got the crazy hair on top or feathers on top?
I had a Polish rooster, and he was actually, I think he was taking advantage of my hens, and they didn't like it.
Oh,
I
mine.
actually think they killed him.
Like every rooster.
Mine are getting brutalized. They all of my chickens have naked spots on their back where the roosters have just
Mhm.
plucked them
That's
raw.
this time of year. Yep.
And
Well, that Polish rooster I had was so pretty. He was black and brown.
Out of 72, I had all hens, no roosters. I didn't want no extra.
I don't have any roosters now. I
Well-
gave my last rooster, he was a silky, and I gave him to one of my friends.
Yeah,
I had-
let them free range a little bit, so I got to have, because I've got predators all around here that would take them out in a heartbeat.
I had one rooster when I started, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll buy this incubator and I'll just hatch my own chicks." Next thing you know, I got 15 roosters running around the yard, and I'm trying to get rid of them, and I'm trying to give them away. Nobody wants roosters, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Freezer camp.
Well, they actually ended up being I might get reported for this, but they ended up being target practice. So I air rifled them. I couldn't get rid of them. I mean, I tried. I just come get them. I'll catch them. You just take them home. Yeah. So
Do roosters not make good roosters?
Yeah,
No.
they make good. They make
Oh yeah,
good broilers.
they make good. They're good food. Good food. Good
Mhm.
eating.
they made
That's why I said freezer camp.
they just terrorized my wife every time she came in the yard. They would like chase her,
Hmm.
and so she's like, "I can't go outside, even all these roosters." Well, you don't have that problem anymore. Just watch where you step because the ground might be soft. So
Well, I'm in city limits, so I had to get rid of my roosters, and I'm only supposed to have 6 hens. But you know, chicken math. 12
Yep.
is 1 is none, and 2 is 1. So
Right.
see,
I have
my
12.
thing.
So that's really 6.
Well, they sell a thing for roosters now. It's a band for their neck. It has elastic.
Yeah.
they can still
Mhm.
breathe. They just won't be able to expand their throat out enough to actually
Mhm.
crow,
See, I don't know how to
or
cull
whatever you
birds,
want to call
so
it.
if I did know how to cull birds, I would hit. Yeah, just
I think it's
Well, you said you hit them with an
head
air rifle. That's
head
Colin.
off.
well, I'm talking about cleaning them. I know they got a gland by their tail. You got to cut
Yeah,
off and all
little
that
oil
stuff.
It's like
gland.
picking a bird. Have you ever hunted before?
Yeah,
Well, it's like picking waterfowl. Same kind of thing.
so just blanch them, pluck the.
Stick them in boiling water and then pluck them.
Yep.
Yeah, like William said, you let them get too old, they don't taste as good and they're tougher.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
No.
Well, that's
Well,
when
they
they
have
become chicken
pluckers.
nuggets. Oh yeah, I've seen
I,
those at
I got
Tractor
a
Supply.
plucking machine.
Beats them to death, but
I've got a plugging machine. I've used it twice, and I got rid of all my meat chickens. So I'm actually looking to get rid of the plucker too.
All chickens are meat chickens.
that's right.
They're mighty tasty birds. But
When they get too old to lay, they become dog food.
They're dinosaurs with feathers.
That's
right,
exactly right. Tiny little raptors.
They eat everything.
Mhm.
We take meat carcasses, like we have a turkey or a chicken or whatever it is that has some leftover meat on it that we pick through and we've had dinner. We'll toss it in there and they'll pick that thing so clean. I just it
Mhm.
cracks me up. It cracks me up that they're like little carnivores.
they
Mhm.
eat my chickens eat more than my hog does.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, the more you throw in there, they'll just eat and eat and eat. It doesn't matter. So
Mhm. Yep, Matt. That's right. Little T Rex.
That's right.
hey, I'll be right back, guys. Be right back.
I think my next hobby is going to be rabbits.
I thought about getting into the rabbits, but I don't know. I think they just multiply too quick for me.
Yeah, I had
Well, you
rabbits.
keep them separate
Yeah,
until you're ready.
yeah. I got some people that go to the farmers market where we at. They've bought a lot of my chickens from me, and I believe they had the
Mhm.
rabbits too.
Good
Yeah,
fertilizer.
Yeah,
if they're a pet and they don't produce something, I'm not going to have it.
it's
No,
Got
not
they
pet
they
no
got
produce.
longer.
They
interested.
go to freezer camp.
Oh well, yeah.
That's why I'm going to raise them. Put them in the freezer.
I
Can them
had
up.
There you go, Brad.
speaking of that freezer camp, I had frog legs for the first time last night, the night before last, and I will tell
Tastes
you
like
what.
chicken.
Oh, better than chicken. I think they were amazing,
Frog
amazing,
legs are good,
amazing.
but you got to go down to the pond and get those that are this big to
Bigger,
matter.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
And the guy
Matt,
that
who'd
made them,
y'all
he
get
made
y'all
buffalo
from?
frog legs, so it's like buffalo sauce on them.
Hmm.
Oh,
Mhm. There you
fantastic.
go, Matt. 120 more meat birds.
Did y'all go through Murray McMurray, Matt, or y'all going through somebody else? That's who I'd got all mine from last year. Was
Matt, you just need to
McMurray.
get on StreamYard.
Yeah, just jump on StreamYard.
Yeah, look in the comments there. The link's pinned to the top. Matt, come on.
You're too busy typing. Just get on here and chat. Yeah, I've heard rabbit is,
Yeah.
and if you raise them in cages, they don't, they don't get real tough either.
The only thing about rabbit, it ain't really no fat on them, so that you can get what they call
Yeah,
rabbit starvation. You're not
yeah,
getting
you
no
have
fat in
to.
your system. It's straight protein.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. But throw some bacon in there with them, you got fat.
Oh
Bacon
yeah,
makes anything better.
we do that. Baked beans. I mean, whatever we
Hmm.
cook in black eyed peas, we throw bacon in.
Absolutely. It's like my granny taught me how to cook southern vegetables with little bacon fat.
Mm.
Chop up some bacon, some salt, and a pinch of sugar.
Well, anytime
Makes
we cook
everything
just
good.
regular bacon, we cook bacon in the oven. So
I do too.
all that fat
Hmm.
drains out. That goes into a
And
jar.
yep, I got 2 mason jars full of bacon fat in there.
I actually have a little stainless steel. I don't know what you would call it, a little jar, and it has a filter thing on top. So you pour your
Hmm.
bacon grease into it, and it filters
Yep,
everything out, and just the grease falls.
yep. My mama had one of those on the stove, and so did my nanny.
Yep, we got it. I love it.
But yeah, I started baking ours in the oven. It goes so much faster, and I don't have to worry about standing over a hot stove.
Yep. We bake it for, I don't know, 10 or 12 minutes, flip it over, and then leave it in for a couple more minutes, and it kind of cooks it more even to me.
I forgot to unmute myself, Brad. Sorry. I said it's official. Lisa Southern, when she's got mason jars full of bacon grease next to the stove.
Hey, I baked cakes today, so I had a cake order today, so I had to stay in the kitchen all day.
What do you use to cut your biscuits? This will be the true test.
Actually, I have used a glass, but my husband has biscuit cutters that he bought me. But you know, the first biscuits I made after we got married were more like hockey pucks. I mean, he literally took one and threw it up against the wall. It dented the sheetrock. So, but I have redeemed myself. I now make biscuits, and you know, true Southern women, you know how to make divinity. I make divinity. Let's see.
Now, when you cut your biscuits with the glass, do you spin the glass or you just push it down and pull up?
Well, you know, the thing with that is if you spin it, you seal the edges of the biscuit so you don't get the rise out of it. So you have to be careful. If you'll put just a little bit of flour on the glass and go straight down and straight up, you'll get the rise out of the biscuits.
Yep, that's it.
So
Just
I paid attention.
Yeah, I'm a guy, but I do a little cooking here. I'm pretty decent at it.
Well, I bake on the side, so I had this one girl call me last minute. She wanted a chocolate on chocolate cake for her daughter that turned 16 today. And the recipe, I used the Hershey's chocolate cake recipe, and I ruined the first one. It was so moist that it would not come out of the pan. So I wound up baking 2 cakes today. So anyway.
Well, you get to eat the first one then, huh?
That's right. It's good too. It may have been in nothing but crumbles, but you put some icing in there with that cake, and you make little cake balls out of them.
There you go.
I had a friend of mine that bakes up. She put a picture on Facebook. She's like, she was telling the kids not to run through the kitchen. She didn't want her cake to fall, and then we had an earthquake, and the whole cake caved in.
Oh no! Ooh.
And she was so mad. She said, "Are you kidding me? Now I got to do a whole nother cake."
Oh no! Well, my grandson's birthday was his birthday is actually day after tomorrow. But we had his party last weekend, so I had to make him a cake, and I did a Sonic the Hedgehog cake. It was cute. It was a 2-tier, and my daughter just went ahead and bought the little figures to put on it. But I decorated it with the little gold rings and everything out of fondant, and did the little checkerboard chocolate on the bottom tier. It was cute. It was cute. But yeah, I do a little bit of everything.
Sound like me.
Got to keep my options open.
I know. I don't get all these crazy super
Keep your
chats that
options
other.
open if the bee thing doesn't work out, right?
Right.
That's right. That's right. Well, and 2, someday I'm going to be too old to sit down there and catch babies, so I'm going to have to do something.
You see what Brad said? If I knock the can of biscuits too hard on the counter, sometimes they don't rise like they should.
Okay, so did y'all see? This is off subject, but not beekeeping. It was hilarious. It was a TikTok video of this girl opening a can of biscuits, and she had a can opener opening the can of biscuits around the. You saw it, Lee?
I seen that one on YouTube. Yeah, she couldn't figure it out.
I thought I was gonna die. Like, oh goodness.
Let's see. I didn't see that one.
It was hilarious. And well, you know how they set up the side-by-side videos where one person is like shaking their head or like making comments, and that's what it was. And this one girl, she was just taking the can opener and going 90-0 around that can of biscuits, and then she flipped it over and went around the
How is she supposed to get the dough out of the tube?
It's crazy. I hear some chickens.
got to be Jason's
Yeah,
chickens.
that must be Jason.
That's not mine. Mine are asleep.
That's the little Banny.
Can't see
Yep.
them.
So they're gonna get after you.
Oh, I can't. I flip my camera around, turn it on. I don't know if I can do that. Hang on. No, I can't.
Oh,
there we go.
I can see like the reflection of glasses, maybe.
Yeah, I need light though. It's not working.
But oh man, so you got a big day tomorrow then, right? Pulling honey.
Well, me? Who,
Yeah,
Jason?
sure. I know Jason. Both y'all are pulling honey tomorrow, right?
No, I'm helping Bruce spin some out down in Hartford for a couple of hours. I'm not going to spend the whole day down there. I've got too much stuff to do in my own place.
Well, if I get up on time, I'm going to go.
I hope he's
probably
paying you
pull
well.
some. Is he?
Do what? Is he paying me? No.
It's free labor.
He gave me a bottle of honey.
Before you get paid none.
One
We'll
bottle.
work.
Wow.
I need to do a
It's called
shirt.
it's called
Cheap
learning.
I need to do a shirt with that. We'll work for honey.
Uh-huh.
All those super chats he's getting, and it doesn't pay you.
Mm-mm. No, but it's okay. I like the networking and learning. You know, this is only my second year beekeeping, so I still got a lot to learn.
Well,
Lot to learn.
I don't think you ever
Obviously,
stop.
Bruce doesn't
Oh,
have
no.
much to learn.
Do what?
Obviously, Bruce doesn't have much to learn.
Oh, he admits he does. He admits he still has some to learn.
Oh, he knows what he's doing. He knows
Yeah,
what he's doing.
he's a really nice and humble guy. He really is.
But Mia, if you know
On
everything,
the
then
outside,
all
yes,
the
but he
fun's
knows
gone.
what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's getting all kinds of volunteers to go help him. I'm like, dang,
I have no doubt.
He getting like
this is
Mr. Ed,
seasonal work.
like Mr. Ed, getting all the volunteers. Huh?
He'll be sitting back with his feet up.
He's using the Tom Sawyer philosophy.
Yeah.
I'll help you
Mhm.
paint that fence with that
Uh-huh.
brass door knocker.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
sure.
Yep.
I'll
But
be
that's
back
okay. I'll do the
outside.
same thing.
You got an
My-
airplane hangar back there?
What?
You got an airplane hangar back there?
No, that's my honey barn.
Man.
Oh man. I am jealous. A honey barn. I don't even have a honey house.
I got a honey
Kitchen.
porch. I got a honey porch.
Mine's my kitchen.
If
My dog's the cleanup crew.
If I had signal, I'd give you a tour of the honey processing room, but there's no signal at all, so you won't be able to see it.
Oh, dang.
Need to get you some of them free Wi-Fi's and put out there.
Free what?
Some of them free Wi-Fi's.
Free Wi-Fi.
What is
that?
Yeah, Wi-Fi's. Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I need to get Starlink.
Oh, Whiffy.
No, I need to get Starlink.
Starlink.
Don't we all?
I'm waiting forever for that.
We don't even have fiber optic here yet through
I
ours.
recently got given a bottle of this. I don't know if you've ever seen it or heard of it or.
Rev Spirits.
No. I got a bottle of Jameson in the pantry,
go.
though.
Now you're
Oh,
talking.
that's common. It's made from honey.
What is Red Spirit? Is it?
Yes. It's from Jefferson, New York.
Ah.
I guarantee that'll take care of the high beetles.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I made a gallon of mead last year, and it's good.
I
That
haven't
stuff
tried it
is
yet.
good.
So,
And it's so
you can-
pretty
you
and
can
clear.
afford to open it.
What kind of yeast did you use? Do you remember? We were talking about that earlier.
When I went to the bee conference in Clanton, the girl did a workshop on mead, and you could buy the mead. She had already prepared mead kits, and I think she just used regular baker's yeast. But now I'd started some strawberry wine when I picked strawberries a couple months ago, and I used the champagne yeast. I bought some of that. The mead turned out really, really good, even with the baker's yeast. It came out 10% alcohol.
That's
Nice.
what I used whenever I was doing the homemade wine before with just regular baker's yeast.
Yeah.
Matt said, Phil, taste it and tell us how it is.
Not tonight.
Not this morning.
Well. It's only 2:40. It's early yet.
Okay. Okay.
That's funny.
But my brother-in-law brought it from New York, so I have to wait till he's here before I can open
Okay.
it. So
I got you.
So it's
Jeremy.
made from honey. It's mead.
it's made from honey. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I
So
used a recipe that this girl got online. It had an orange and cloves and cinnamon and raisins in it. Oh man, it is so good.
we will taste and report on a later date.
Absolutely, please, please.
We gotta have video now.
Or it never
Yeah.
happened.
Okay. Well.
Video or it never happened.
Yep.
That could be dangerous.
All right, everyone. I'm going to drop off here. I just finished my outdoor chores, and I got to just do stuff inside. So,
All right,
it's good
Jason,
talking
we
to you
appreciate
all
you.
night.
Yeah, have a
Thanks.
good one, Jason.
Have a good one. But it's I hate that it's been raining all the time because I've got stuff I need to do out in the bee yard, but it's just the rain is really put a damper on it.
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister made from honey.
Stuff tastes like NyQuil.
They've got honey Jack.
I was about to say I had a few nights on the Jaeger.
Oh, my husband drinks Jaeger, but he mixes it with moonshine.
Yeah, it's been a long time though. I don't really do the drinking no more.
He calls his drink motor oil.
I did drink the mead that Buddy gave me though.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's smooth.
Oh man. I thought that was Jason's crickets going. That's your crickets going back there.
It's my cricket.
We got cicadas down here this year.
Yeah, we have cicadas. That's cicadas and crickets. Mostly what you hear is probably cicadas.
I think it was last year we had the cicada, but this year we ain't really had them.
We have cicadas every year. And when people were talking about the 17-year cicadas, I'm like, come down here for the 1-year ones.
I think that was last year or the year before when it was 17.
Yeah.
But other than that, we don't ever see them.
We got the little, I've got some bee boxes outside with the dried up holes on them. Their exoskeleton on it.
Oh, those are cool. I used to pick those off of my grandmother's crepe myrtle trees. They like to go to crepe myrtles and shed their exoskeleton.
I think Phil is changing his mind, Matt says.
Yeah. To get him a drink?
So
how's the taste test?
She's out of the room. The staff asked me to change my mind and have a drink, so.
The staff? Lucky she doesn't have an aluminum tumbler in her head, or a stainless tumbler.
Oh, she could hear me.
She's going to beat you.
He even got the fancy glass.
Look at him with the brandy snifter and everything.
Oh, that's nice. I'm sorry you guys can't join in.
Yeah.
Get you some brandy snifters, Bob, and laser cut on glass.
I could do it.
I think it's 86% proof, it said.
Oh, that's
86.
Have you ever done the acid glass etching?
Have I done it? No, I've never done the glass etching. I've seen it, but I've never tried it.
When Bob comes back on and talking, I'm going to go grab something to show y'all I've done before from my mom.
I love it. I think it's beautiful. I've just never tried it before.
It's almost
what you
done.
got? Bacardi?
151.
151 proof.
We got some. My husband brought back some dark chocolate. The dark chocolate rum from Honduras. Oh man, it's good. It tastes like a Hershey's dark chocolate bar.
This sounds like an advert, but I can really recommend Rev Spirits.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look for that.
13th Moon. There you are.
See, this tastes like, I would think this is what nail polish remover tastes like.
see
Never
that?
drank nail polish.
It smells like it too. It's
What
pretty.
is that? 1850. What is it? 18? The Bacardi?
Not
Oh,
really coming out.
151.
Oh, 151.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we brought home some Appleton Estates, and we got some dark chocolate and some coconut and some spiced rum from Honduras. I don't know the name, but it was really good.
I got hooked on rum when I was in the Navy.
I would
We
put
go
the finger up. I don't have enough to hold the glass. Then
we go to we go to Puerto Rico and we could get a liter of Bacardi like that for $1.75.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so we had load down as much as we could legally bring back on the ship.
Well, we would load up a suitcase. We took an empty suitcase and we loaded it full of booze and brought it back from when we went on our cruise and
Wow.
stocked our cabinet and wound up, don't tell anybody, I know, but didn't wind up paying taxes on any of it. You know, you get like 1 liter per person is duty free. Well, we got like 11 bottles.
I don't know how good you can
Oh,
see
that is
that.
beautiful.
That's with a glare, but
Now,
you're right.
what
You're right,
did
Fred.
what
Yabba
did you
dabba do.
use to do your glass etching?
I used a Cameo Silhouette just to do the outer trace of
Uh-huh.
it, and then use
Uh-huh.
an acid glass etch.
Okay, that's beautiful.
But I did that for
I
my
have
mom.
a Cricut. I've not done any glass etching though. I would love to do some.
She worked for
That's
the Baton Rouge
pretty.
General 22 years. I don't know how
Mhm.
good you can see, but that's what I gave her for her retirement.
Oh wow, that's
Nice.
pretty. Nice job.
Did you see what Fred said about you, Phil? Phil drinks like the Queen is in the room.
You have to get the pinky up, little pinky.
Phil, how do you order 2 fingers of whiskey?
I just hold my hand up, like, just like that. Give me 2.
Well, does that mean you got to hold up 1 and 2 halves?
That's nearly 2.
Oh my gosh. That's not right. Y'all ain't right.
I feel like ET. That's phone home.
It's cold.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Oh, we gotta have fun.
The only beekeeping live stream where we're not talking about beekeeping. Look at that.
I know.
Uh,
Go figure. We
Well,
talk about everything.
we talk about beekeeping all the time, right?
That's right. Thank you, Rhonda.
Matt's like, good night. With that one, I'm out.
Have a good one, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. I'm glad you got to see us again. That's his. I'm stealing
That's
your
his little
tagline.
brand, huh?
Yeah.
Glad
Oh,
you got to see me.
yeah, I'm glad you got to see me again.
My dad used to say that all the time.
I bet having a couple of drinks with Matt would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Matt seems like from his videos, he's got just that bubbly personality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had him rolling the other day. I was trying to talk to him on the phone, and my wife kept trying to talk to me in the background. I'm like, "Hun, this phone sex is costing me $3.99 a minute," and he started laughing in the background. He's like, "I'm going to use that. I'm going to steal that and use it." So I'm like, "Hun, it's $3.99."
My brother-in-law was over here earlier today to pick up some honey,
Here,
and
Bob,
he got one of those. He got one of those phone calls about wanting to buy some direct TV or something, and he kept telling the guy, "No,
Oh,
stop,
that's cheap,
stop."
Fred. That's cheap.
So I started screaming in the background, and the guy hung up. How to get rid of a telemarketer.
Hey, well, when they call you, depending what it is, if they're just calling you for like insurance or something, they say, "Hey, I'm glad you called because I wanted to talk to you about your
extended warranty." I told him he needed to do that. I said, "Just turn it around on him. By the way, your car warranty is out."
Yeah. and they'll usually hang up. Or if they're calling about insurance, usually if I say, "Oh, I've got USAA," they're like, "Click," because they already know it's like the cheapest one that you can
Well, I
get.
started screaming and told and said, "Call the cops! Call the cops!" And he said, "Hello, hello." It went dead.
Watch, one day somebody's going to call the cops and they're going to like show up at your house. I didn't
Like
know. I thought I
what?
was doing the right thing.
Yep.
But the Brad, when are you going to make a guest appearance again?
When Dirt
Famous
Rooster's on
people
here.
on.
When someone famous comes on? Well, Bohemia Bees was here. He didn't show up.
No, it has to be Dirt Rooster at least before.
It has to be Dirt Rooster or higher.
Oh yeah.
Yappy, Dirt Rooster, Mr. Ed, somebody like that.
I don't know where that come from.
Oh my gosh. Love you, Phil, but you have to say it was good. It was good. That was good. The 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to close out and go get a shower and go to bed because I'm going to be in the bee yard early
Well,
when it's cooler.
I don't reckon we'll probably be on too much longer. We've been on almost 2 hours right now.
Chris will probably duck your pay if you're late.
Yeah,
Well, I'm going there in the afternoon. I'm going to my bee yard in the morning.
If we don't have no rain, I need to make it to my bee yard in the back here, plus my other 3 yards.
Well,
I hadn't been.
Rain or no rain, I'm going to be out in the morning. So,
Well, if it was a
I've
little
got
rain
to-
this morning, I would have done it, but it was blowing sideways and upside down for a while.
oh gosh, yeah,
Come
we
on, Billy,
got some
come
of that last week too. That's no fun.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
But well, listen, guys, y'all have a good night. Let me see if I can figure out how to get out of here. Good night.
Good
That was
night.
Miss Lisa, thank you.
Look at this. Look what Brad said to you. I've got one for Lee.
Hey, Brad, I'll let Phil handle that one for me.
Brad needs to come in and
Hang out with us. Come on.
Yeah.
You notice we've never,
can't be sitting there in the background putting out hand signals all the time.
I'm going to tell Brad like my dad always said. If we didn't pick on you or pick around with you, that just means we don't like you. Then.
Oh, that's not true because there's lots of people that come on that we don't pick on.
Well, you know
I
what
thought
I
you were
mean.
going to say there's lots of people that come on you don't like.
No, most people. I like everybody till you do me wrong. There's only, I mean, you do me wrong, then it's a different story. But until then,
I think we've
How
only
many,
had
how many
one
times
so
has that
far.
happened? Just once? Yeah.
just once, yeah.
Yeah. We all remember that one.
Light color.
Real beekeepers do it in the rain, at least in the Northwest. Yeah, you probably don't have much choice over there. Get the
Lee's
picture,
got-
Phil.
Lee's got the staff in as well.
You have to fill 2 jars. They ain't worried about that. Everybody walks in.
Ducking down to go in the back.
Bob laughing at you, babe. She's trying to fill 2 honey jars for somebody she works with. They like the light colored honey.
Well, I got 2 of them over here. She can come get a couple of them. I've got some more. I've got the fill in there.
Give me just a minute.
Yep. So Lee's selling honey in the middle of the night. That's dedication.
Oh yeah.
Shh, be quiet. We can listen to
I
what
know.
they're
I'm trying
talking
to listen
about.
to it as well.
We're trying to listen in on them. Can't do it. No bees required. Hey, don't get me started on that one, William. Don't get me started.
Is that what you want, dear? Yes, that's okay, dear. Yes, lovely. Thanks very much, dear. All right, Lee.
Was that?
Yeah, no, nothing at all.
There's no such thing as too much honey.
Yeah, she went to grab the plastic squeeze, but she wants the glass jars. I had to give her them.
Hey, customer satisfaction.
She backs her to the room.
Oh, we do have a new rule on our giveaway, though. Well, I'll wait for Lee to come.
I'm listening.
I said we have a new rule on our giveaways. that we're doing a little bit of we're trying to spread the wealth out. So we've got a couple people that have won a few times already, different things, and we're trying to limit. What did we say for the time frame? 90 days?
At least 90, yeah. Every
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah, we're going to try to limit if you win once within 90 days that you can't win again for 90 days, because a couple people have won like a hive tool and then a feeder and then something else, and so I think it's more fair. Try to, spread those gifts out a little bit. And I'm going to have to call, because how many more giveaways do we have of hive top feeders?
2.
2 more hive top feeders to give away. Man, I'm going to have to call to try to.
And I got the dates that everybody's won. That way we can keep track of that 90-day mark.
Your mini max. You ordered the mini max extractor. That's the one from Hilco, right?
I was keeping all my luck for the 2 big ones.
For the big ones. Hey, I'm only 81 away from giving away a melter. So the was the mini max, was that the extractor? Oh, okay, cool. Nice. That's the one they showed last night that they're going to be doing a giveaway for.
I think that's what, 3 deep, or what is it, 9 medium or shallow, something like that.
I don't know. It seems like it had a whole bunch of medium and shallows. Let's look. We can look. Hilco.
Hey, if I die, y'all know what happened.
Shop.
Hey, babe.
Extractors.
I'm putting you to work. She won't look.
Oh, isn't that the 9 frame?
Yeah, Rhonda's saying, yeah, and DC said 9 medium.
9 medium.
She went out with the arm over.
Oh, she don't like a camera. Yeah, 3 deeps or 9 mediums. And I think on the deeps is the tangential or whatever.
Yeah, tangential.
Lee, good stuff's hard to get.
Yep.
That's nice, though. Hey.
I'm in trouble now.
We were kind of doing comparisons. I mean, I don't dislike Hilco. It's not like a Hilco thing. It's just like we were just talking about it before the stream a little bit.
Billy, I'm going to your channel.
About how the different, products kind of stack up.
Well, just about any of them now. I mean, most of your parts, whether they're U.S. assembled or whatever, is either going to be Chinese or Korean somewhere.
Right.
They built somewhere else and then assembled here.
Can I just ask, is DC drunk, or does that make sense?
I didn't see
that's what the tangential means. Basically,
tangential means you can do one side, then you got to take the frame out and flip it around and spin the other side.
Yeah.
You must have a funny space bar going on then.
Yeah, so the radial extractor, you put them in this way, right? Straight up and down. But tangential, you got to put it sideways. So when it spins, it's just one flat side. So you spin it, then you got to flip it around and do the other side.
The way you typed it, is it just me, or is that?
He answered your question right here.
No, I just typed for crap.
So I agree with that too, Rhonda. I think he got a pretty good warranty on them.
Yeah, he does have a good warranty
so far.
Be honest with you, I don't even know what the warranty is on the license. Don't know. Hopefully it lasts a good while. Don't know though. And hey, a question on that. Rhonda, did you have to pay for shipping on that, or was it free shipping? That's something I was curious about with those. Maybe let me see. But I see a lot of people are getting those. Barry's got them. Castle's got them. Got that one. Oh, free shipping. That's good then. That's a good thing. because the large frame Lyson, which is probably similar, it looks similar on the picture. I don't know how many frames it does. Let me see. It says manual. Is it a manual crank? That's doesn't say. Be nice if I could see how many. Okay, it says it does 4 deeps or 8 mediums at once on the Lyson one, and it's very similar to that one. But this one's a hand crank. The other one you got is motorized.
I was looking on Better Be at that license. I'm not seeing where it actually shows the warranty. It's probably just in the paperwork that comes with it.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be something I'll have to call up and find out.
I don't even know what comes on my data ant.
So the large frame extractor from Lyson with the motor is $769. Of course, they would charge you shipping, so that's a thing. But as long as the shipping's not more than $100, it's about the same. And it does 4 or 8. So yeah, you got a good deal. Good deal on it.
That 20 frame data ant I got, it's done went up again.
Really?
Everything is going up.
I don't even see my extractor on there right now on their website.
I seen it on there just a second ago.
Let me go to page 2. Maybe that's on page 2.
On
it's on page 2.
Oh, I found it on page 3.
That's the one you got? Yeah, they still have mine listed at 1975 for the 30 frame.
Yeah, there's yours right there.
And but I do like this Hilco one. You should be happy with that one, Rhonda. No more spinny. No more hand spin. Am I froze?
No, it looked good on my end.
I looked at YouTube for a second. I was froze.
You do for a couple of seconds every now and again, but not.
Yeah, I noticed my my internet.
I just thought it was your old age, but
could be that too. I'm just like freezing up. It's here the weather. I don't know why the weather would mess with the internet, because the internet's typically underground. But there's this evening, even since the stream started, I disconnected and had to come back. So
yeah, you just froze there for like 2 or 3 seconds.
Free shipping, and the price sold me because the diesel oil and def storage. Told me to go ahead and order it. Yeah, that's a good price on it. I'm curious. That's a new line, right? Hilco's only been around for like a year or something, right?
A year or two, somewhere around there.
So I'll be interested to see how they hold up over time. Hopefully, when you get a new product, and it's not just Hilco, it's any new product. But when you get a new product and it's out and you're buying it, and they give you a great warranty, well, hopefully that company's around to be able to warranty it if something happens. So, that's I'll be curious to see how those hold up. I'm hoping they do good. But the tangential, Rhonda, do you use mostly mediums, or do you use deeps and mediums? But the tangential that was getting me last year with mine is my old one. Because the tangential ones, because you have to spin them for a full amount on one side, then you have to take it and flip them around and spin the other side. So hopefully medium. Oh, good. You'll be good to go then. Yeah, awesome. It's hard to get large frames in there. I can do 4 large frames and 20 mediums.
I'm
What-
figuring,
what-
I'm figuring the way he's saying that it's 4 large and 20 medium at the same time. Because he's saying and
Oh,
20.
yeah, and 20 mediums. Oh, I got you. So, which extractor do you have, Swamp Hill?
Yeah, what brand is that? Hey,
The,
don't get me wrong. I like my Daydan extractor. I mean, it's heavy gauge stainless. I mean, it's thick, it's solid, but you're gonna pay for that too. And it is heavy to move by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I like my Lyson. I can't complain with the Lyson at all. I wanted to get rid of my. Oh, you got the Lyson? Okay, I got the 30 frame Lyson.
I bet William's not coming in because of his haircut. We don't want to make fun of his haircut.
William doesn't have very good internet at his house out there in Oklahoma.
His stream.
That 20 frame is the same one that who bought Mike's got that. Mike at Coon Lake has the 20 frame Lyson.
Speaking of Mike, it's bound to time for him to come in.
Yeah, I don't think he come on last time we done live.
No, neither one. Charlie hadn't been on or Mike. So
Yeah,
but-
Rondo on my 20 frame Daydan, the bucket will fit under it, but the only thing that I don't like, let me see, pull it up here.
bucket fits under mine. She's saying that the bottom is sloped, like they were saying last night. It's sloped down to the valve.
See, mine, the valve, I mean, it's maybe a quarter of an inch higher than the bottom, and that's what I don't like about it. You actually got to tilt it over to get that last bit out. But whenever I get time, I'm going to bring it to a guy not too far from here who does custom stainless kitchen appliance stuff, and I'm going to have him weld me a valve in the bottom of it. Cut the one that's on the side out, weld it to the bottom, and then close that hole up.
Let's see. Well, I had somebody texting me or calling me about bees or something, and I texted them. They didn't answer the text back, so maybe they figured out what they were going to do. Either way, it's fine with me. Probably wanted a queen. But, yeah, so.
Might have been me, Bo. You send one over?
Send one over? I have to put it in my pocket, and you have to pay for my flight.
It might be my only chance.
I'll use a vinyl screen over it, so the feds can't catch it going through customs.
Yeah, you'd hate to be caught one through customs.
I'd go to jail for bringing a queen bee over to Ireland. Now, I put my Lyson back on the pallet, and it was worse on the pallet from when I was on just a concrete floor. Yeah, Mike Berry got a Hilco too. But I'm not a rocket scientist, but I think all these guys getting these Hilcos and stuff on their YouTube channels, they're probably either getting a very, very special deal or a very, very free one. I don't know that to be the case, but I'm pretty sure
the world famous Mike Berry might be getting a free.
Could be. Yeah, I need to. I don't know. See, I didn't want to drill through the concrete on the floor to lag bolt it in, but I could.
If I end up building my honey house and everything next couple years, that's what I think I'm going to do. But I'm going to have some stainless steel, basically blocks made that raise it up off the ground and bolt it in. That way, it is still on a hinge if I need to lean it over for any reason.
Right.
I'm just trying to wash it out real fast. I can lean it over at a certain angle, spray everything out, let it drain straight.
I actually did end up tilting up my extractor, even though it has that bottom and the conical that we were talking about. I still ended up using a 2x4 underneath the back legs and just tilting it up to let the stuff run down a little bit.
Yeah. See, mine's conical like that. In the bottom, all the honey goes out to the side, but it still has that little lip for the exit gate.
Right. Mine's pretty close to the bottom on that, and it is. Well, you know, it is on the bottom of the tank.
Uncapped tank. Yeah, the uncapping tank.
But at any rate, I'm about ready to call it a night, guys.
Yeah, it's getting a little late. Got a lot of work to do in the morning if
Hopefully-
it ain't raining.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I can beat the rain tomorrow, I'll be the catch. But we're
Yeah,
gonna
and I
try.
still got paperwork to finish up here too.
It's supposed to only be partly cloudy tomorrow, so it's not calling, but 91 and partly cloudy.
I think we got 90% chance at 8 in the morning. That's why we shut the farmers market down for tomorrow.
And it's the holiday weekend, so everybody happy 4th of July weekend. If you're
I forgot about that. I'm off work Monday.
doing anything, I'm off work Monday too.
You off tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Unless somebody orders something up from the laser.
Yeah, but that's the good work.
Yeah, that it's fun. I've actually, a guy kind of commissioned me. He never officially said he wanted it, but he was like questioning the sizes and prices and stuff. So I don't know. I might just go ahead and do it and send him a picture, because with those canvases, I can always repaint them. I can redo them. So
I'm going to drop these into the comments again. Just links over to Bob's store.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Thanks.
And a link over to mine.
He's got them on speed dial now.
Yeah, they all programmed in here.
But Lee, with his OCD behind, put like 50 items up.
I'm OCD whenever it comes to all my stuff being set up.
I bet you that looks good when you're playing like NASCAR on your computer or something, because you're looking out the side windows and watch who's passing you.
I don't even play video games. The last video game I played was
Pac-Man.
probably back in the 90s, Dungeons and Dragons.
I get Swamp Hill. I get 200 for a nuke and 40 for a queen.
This area here, we were going 165 and 25.
Swamp Hill, where are you located?
I want to say he said New York, maybe, but I could be wrong. I'm figuring swamp usually more south, but
I'm sure they got swamps up there too. American Truck Sim on 3 monitors is way cool. There you go. You can be trucking, running people off the road. I bet you.
Yeah, upstate. New York.
I bet you could even do the farm simulator, and you could be going in your combine and looking out both sides of the windows in the fields.
Well, like I said, I mean, between running the stream, checking 2 other screens here for everything, I mean, it does make it a lot easier to see across here what I'm doing.
Oh, there you go. I live on a hill, but it's always wet because of the natural springs we have, hence Swamp Hill.
I like that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, guys, Tuesday night is the night. If you haven't entered for the giveaway, got to go back to Tuesday's video, throw a thumbs up, put a comment on both mine and Lee's channels so we can get you in the spreadsheet to win. And
if your name ain't in green here, that means you haven't went to both channels.
Did you update mine already?
Yep.
You're the man.
I'm getting OCD on everything.
Good. That's less I got to do. I like doing less.
Well, the Dropbox thing kept on acting up. Every time you'd update, it wouldn't show on my end, but if I'd update, it wouldn't show your end, so I just started doing it all.
I have some comment to do. I'd love to win just to see how much it costs to ship.
Ship what? Oh, well, when I send you the invoice, no, I'm just kidding. Hey, I'll pay up to $15 in shipping because that's flat
wow. You're so generous, Bob.
I'll chip in with you, Bob.
Hey, I don't work. I just said that. I don't have a job. I can't pay my whole disability check for
Jackie, give me a violin over. Give me the violin. I could play it.
But anyway, guys, we appreciate you guys. We're going to call it a night for tonight, and we will talk to you guys on Tuesday, the 5th of July. And who knows, maybe between here and there if nothing's happening.
Yeah, you never know. You know how we are.
Yeah, all we got is rain. I can't even go beekeep. That sucks. So,
But I hope everybody has a good night. Thank y'all for showing up.
and Phil, thank you so much for coming in from Northern Ireland to be on here. Next time, bring the kilt. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, the kilt.
The kilt.
You had the end on a low. You should have said bring the sash. The sash is the one you should bring.
The sash?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that'll annoy a lot of people. If there's anybody, doubt there's anybody watching over here, but that's.
Hey, Tim, we got rain for the next, 2 days out of the next 10, and it's only been 1 day sunny out of the last 8. So it's been kind of crazy. But
really?
Yeah, it's up and down. It's just like our winter was cold and then hot, and then it would go cold again, like a few days later. Wishy-washy. Be one way or the other. That's all we're asking. One way or the other. Either rain all the time.
Steady.
Yep.
You might as well live in Fermanagh.
Hey, I would move. If I had a job, I would be there. I'd buy my 1 square foot of Ireland so I could own a piece of property.
What is it now? Whenever you buy that 1 square foot, you're a sir, or what was it?
They
were advertising.
I don't know. They say you become like a lord.
A lord, that's what it was.
A lord, yeah.
A lord or a lady if you own the land.
Really?
So, yeah. Hey, we're not lying. They're selling 1 square foot.
Who's like that?
So Phil, if you took an acre and broke it up into 1 square foot and sold 10,000 of them, you could probably make a killing, and you could probably multiply sell the same one. Nobody would know. That's how dumb they are.
There's people actually buying those.
Yes,
Well,
and then they get a nice little piece of parchment.
That was like having the stars named after somebody buying a star or whatever.
Yep.
Oh,
So
sad. Really sad.
It is. It is pretty sad. But there's people who do it. But
all right, guys.
All right. We will see you guys on Tuesday evening for sure. But be watching your notifications because it could happen at any time.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Night, guys.